Hey guys, it is Tressa here and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another makeup look. This is definitely like a copper plum eyeshadow look, and I also filmed how I fill in my brows as well as my everyday makeup routine, besides the eyeshadow obviously. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so before we get started, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. There's actually two elephants in the room, and they're right here and right here. Okay guys, so I think I'm going to be filming my brows today. I might edit this out, but today we're going to be using what I've been using lately, and that's the Benefit Ka-Brow, and this is in the shade 4. My brow technique is not your typical brow technique. It's very different, it's very strange, but it works for me. So I take my brow pomade and dip it into the product like so, wiggle it around, scrape off the excess product, and then I take a baby wipe, very weird, and I just wipe even more product off. I don't know why I do it. It's just what I do. By doing that, it also wets the brush, so I feel like it makes the brush thinner, which gives me those hair-like strokes. Again, this is just what I do. Then this step is new. I copied Desi Perkins. I take something that's flat. So right now I use this Lash box. You could use a card, whatever, and just line it up. She does it with powder, but I just don't like to do all these steps. And I'm just going to map out the front of my brow. Okay, so does that look cute? No fucking way. It doesn't, but we fix it. So I just do that step to really make sure that the top of my brows are even. I know it looks crazy, don't worry. And then I just start to map out the rest of my brow. So once I get here, I just kind of take my brush and flick it upwards. I'll fix them, but throughout my, like this part of my brow, I brush the product horizontally, and at the front of my brow, I brush it out vertically to get those hair-like strokes. I'm really gonna wet my brush with the baby wipe, pick up a little bit more product, and work on building those hair-like strokes in the front. So I know it's uneven here, but now is where we fix it up with concealer. So I just take my Shape Tape and my lightest shade, and the lightest shade I have right now is light neutral. You can use whatever brush you want. And now I'm just gonna clean up the bottom here. Instead of doing one quick swipe of concealer, I work a little bit at a time just so it's very clean. And I don't clean at the top of my brows. If you're gonna clean the top part of your brow, use a concealer or a foundation that matches your skin tone. Because remember, when we use light concealer, it's used to lift. It's used to create light to your face, and it gives you the lifting effect. So that's just a small tip. So that is my mini brow tutorial. They actually cooperated. I'm not mad at them, so we're good. So now for my eyeshadow base, I'm gonna go in with our CMA 4-part kit in C. I just take the lightest shade with my finger and I use that as my eyeshadow base. Yeah, that's clean. This guy. Every time I film, I just feel like there's so much action on the street. Like I'm just always creeping. And then when I edit, it's so hard because I'll be mid-sentence and then you see my eyes go. And then I have to edit it out of the video. And sometimes I want to have what I'm saying in the video, so it just doesn't work out in my favor. So I'm just going to add just a bone colored shadow and just set my eyeshadow. And I really just pack that shadow into my crease and leave the lid open. This is a Morphe M576 brush. It's like a MAC 224. And I'm gonna go into this Morphe times Jaclyn Hill palette, and this is the, I wanna say Ring the Alarm. Oh my God, I'm so smart. This is the Ring the Alarm palette. I'm gonna be taking this color Rush and apply that to my crease. I'm focusing the majority of the product on the outer part of my crease and just lightly blending what's left over on the inside. Next, taking a Morphe M433 brush, I'm going to go into Mugshot, which is just a smidge bit darker than the first shade we used. And I'm just applying it to the tip of my brush. And I'm being more precise with this shade, really applying it to my actual crease, like right where your eye folds. Now I'm gonna take that same brush from Morphe and I'm gonna dip it into this plum color right here, and this is called Framed. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did with that second shade, Mugshot. And this one I'm really focusing just on the outer V. I'm not bringing, like with the Mugshot shade, I kind of brought it a little to the center of my eye, but this one I'm just focusing on the outer V. Kind of like what I did in my spring makeup look. I'm kind of applying the shadow as if I was doing a wing. If you're following along, don't do this step yet because I'm not 1000% sure I want to do it. So I'm going to take that Rush shade that we used for our transition shade on just a fluffy shader brush. And I'm just going to pack that onto the lid. Okay, so I've decided I'm not satisfied on the lid color. Am I? No. So I know I'm switching palettes, I apologize, but I'm gonna go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette and take this shade Sultry. And I'm first gonna start packing it on the outer portion of my lid. And the amount of fallout is falling on my face is exactly why I always do my eyeshadow first. Now I'm going back into this palette and I'm taking the shade called Boom. I'm going to take a flat shader brush, and this is where I'm going to apply it on the inner part of my lid. Cool. And then again, I'm just going to take that M433 brush and kind of just blend everything together. Okay, so I'm gonna go add my lashes and mascara off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I already prepped and primed my face, so we're gonna go straight into the makeup. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my everyday face makeup routine. And if you guys thought I found my flawless filter number 3, you were mucho wrong, very wrong. I'm just applying that number 5 on my face just so I get like a little bit of sheen. We all know it's too dark for me. I'm gonna go in with the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Punjab. I'm going to pick some of that up on a beauty blender. It's actually matches. It's so good. You see, I knew this guy was gonna cause a problem today. I just knew it. I'm trying to apply foundation in between my brow. I'd always squish my beauty blender so it looks like so. And lightly pounce between the brows. Take my Real Techniques Expert face brush and this Bobbi Brown foundation stick in the color Almond. And I just pick up some product. And then bounce it right onto my cheekbone going diagonally. This helps lift the face. I just like to apply a little at a time and then just gradually build it up until it's as good and dark as you would like it. They're definitely different here, but we'll just clean it up with concealer. Some contour to my temples. And I'm just patting in the product and kind of pressing down. And then for my nose, again, just dab the stick like that. This I'll actually take some extra product off, and I'm just going to dab over my nose to add some color, and then we will clean it up with concealer. If you're wondering if I have a cream blush yet, I don't, but these MAC lipsticks have been working perfectly for me, and they're all older and I don't wear these shades anymore on my lips, so might as well get some use out of it. So this is a purpley pink plum color called Amorous from MAC, and I just apply it onto the back of my hand. Again, it's a satin lipstick, so it's gonna blend very easily. Taking my IT Cosmetics brush and picking up some product, and I just applied the blush right over my bronzer. Now it's time to conceal, so I'm taking the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in the color Sepia and applying it on the inner corner. And then I'm going to bring it back here and clean up my eyeshadow and the blush. So I like to let that sit for a second, clean up a bit. So when I'm blending out my concealer, I'm always going to blend out my chin and my forehead first, because I don't need the most coverage there. I just apply the concealer there to brighten it up. This is where we want the most coverage and brightness. So that's why we tackle it last. And then around here, I'm going to be very careful when blending this out because I don't want it to ruin my eyeshadow. And then I just take the back of the beauty sponge and clean that up a little bit so it's not super straight. With this product right here, I'm just going to take a shadow brush and just blend it into my foundation. Just tap it lightly. Cute. So see how that instantly just lifts your face as well as cleans the blush and the contour up a little bit. Forgot to blend this out. I'm gonna go in with a highlight, and I'm gonna take this Benefit WhatsApp highlight, and I'm just going to tap that into the high points of my cheek. Guys, look how pretty that is. Just adds this nice sheen to the skin. I mean, I have a sheen already, but this just amplifies it. Going to set my under eyes, and I'm gonna take the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the color Pancake. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and pounce out any creasing under my eyes. Pick up a little bit of powder. This face is never cute. And I'm just applying that powder right to right under my eye. So now I'm just gonna brush off that powder, keeping it really close to underneath my eye and trying not to spread the powder anywhere else. Now for under my eyes, I'm gonna go in with this flat shader brush and take the color Mugshot and smoke out our lower lash line. Now I'm just gonna take a angled brush and pick up that framed, the plum color. And I'm just focusing this on my outer V. And now I'm gonna take the liner cork and line my lips. Gonna fill, oh wow. Bye. Oh guys, I didn't drop anything in this video. Oh crap. So I'm kind of just shading in my lips as well. Part of me just wants to add a gloss, so. I'm gonna take this MAC Cream Sheen Glass lipstick in Delight, lip gloss in Delight. Has like a pink hue to it. That with the brown lip, I feel like it's gonna look cute. Okay guys, this is it for this makeup look. I don't know what we call it. She's warm. It's like a rusty plum burnt orange eyeshadow look. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but that's the vibes it's giving me. And then this was my everyday face routine for my makeup. So I've been loving creams lately. I love how it blends. I love how it makes the skin look super healthy and glowy, and I'm just enjoying it these days. If you guys like the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys want to see next, or if you have any questions about the products I used. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. What are we gonna do? So